Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to be checking out my RuneScape 3 Premium Bot tool. My tool is completely external and utilizes human-like mouse movements to interact with the game client. So to get things started, I'm just going to log in with my forum username and password. So this is the main menu. Since we're in Falador at the smithing room, I'm going to start out testing smithing. But these are all of the categories that are currently supported in the script. So for the time being we have agility, archaeology, combat, firemaking, fishing, fletching, herblore, mining, smithing, thieving, woodcutting, some minigames and utilities. So I'm going to be starting with smithing, and I'll be using the smelter for now. So I'm going to move to the start position, and the bot runtime selectors popped up, so I can select when I want the script to stop. So I'm going to run it for 2 minutes. The smelting bot supports all bars in game, so if you want to change which bar the bot will smelt, just click the furnace and select the bar you want to smelt. Okay, so now we're going to try out the smithing bot. So this is the starting position right here. So I'm going to select smithing, AIO smither, and before I run the bot, I'm going to click the forge, and I'm going to select the item that I want the bot to smith for me. So I want to make bronze plate bodies. I have 37 bars, and I want to smith for 3 minutes. Alright, so now we're going to check out the mining script. So I'm going to select mining, and we'll be testing out the copper to start things off. So I'm going to select Lumbridge Copper, and I'm standing in the starting position here. And I'm going to press start. And you can see that even if I move the window, the bot won't misclick the rock. Okay, now we're going to test out the tin. And I'm going to run that for 2 minutes. So the Anywhere Miner is a bit of a universal tool. It allows you to mine anywhere within the game. So you can stand next to any rock that you want, like so. If I want to mine this clay rock, I'd stand to the right, or I could stand to the south, and I would set the drop key to 1. So what I'll do is I'll get a bit of clay, put it in slot 1, and the direction is up, so I'm going to press start. I'm going to run it for 2 minutes, and you can see there it found the clay rock. Now I'm going to move to the right of the rock. I'm going to select a different direction. Alright, so the starting position is just in front of this forge here. So I'm going to click the forge, press escape, click my compass, and I'm going to start the Dwarven Mine. So we have two options here. We have tin, copper, mix, and we have anti-ban, and it's currently turned on. So for the ore, I'm going to be selecting mix, but if you only want tin or you only want copper, you can enter that. The anti-ban works by taking a pause every 40 minutes or so, every 20 to 40 minutes, and the bot will stop for about 2 to 3 minutes and then it will continue. So I'm going to press start.
Well, that's how I feel. Sometimes I gotta pinch a fat ass to see if it's real. I specifically remember no heat in the winter. Now I supply heat for the winter. Then I skate.
So the bot detected that the inventory was full. So it goes to deposit the ores in the bank. Okay, so now we're going to be testing out the Lumnite miner. So I'm going to select Falador Lumnite and press start. Okay, so now we're going to be testing out the fishing. So I'm going to select Berthold Crayfish. And the drop key is set to 1. Of course you can customize that. I'm going to quickly catch a crayfish to add to my action bar. Okay. Now I'm going to press start. Okay, so now we're going to test out the swarm fishing script. The drop key doesn't matter as the script banks, so I'm just going to press start. Okay, so now we're going to be testing out the combat. So I'm going to open up the combat selection and I'm going to select AIO combat. Now we have a few options here. We have minimum, the minimum amount of time in seconds we should wait between targets, and the maximum, and our basic ability on the action bar. So my basic ability here with the shortest cooldown is Piercing Shot, and it's on slot number 4, so here I would enter 4. Now I'm going to open up settings, and here we have target key, loot key, eat key, eat rate, and aggro key. So to set our target key, press escape, go to settings, go to controls, and scroll down to cycle target forwards. want to enter T or whatever key you want for the target key. The loot key is L, so I'm going to enter L. Our eat key, if you want to eat, you can unlock your action bar, go to the Constitution tab and drag on a eat food ability. I've put it on the equals sign, so I could enter equals sign there if I wanted to eat, but I won't be eating. Eat rate, how often in seconds we want to eat, and the aggro key. So if we have aggression pots, we can put them on our action bar, and we'll sip it every 6.45 seconds. So we have area loot, we can turn that on or off. I'm going to turn it on for demonstration purposes. Custom loot, regenerate, I'm going to leave that off, eating off, and aggro pot off. So I'm going to save. It takes me roughly 2 to 4 seconds to kill a cow. So I'm going to press start. I'll run it for 2 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to be checking out the rabbit script. So I'm going to run combat again. Rabbit farmer. The target key, T. Loot key, L. Basic key is 4. So I'm going to press start. Okay, now I'm going to quickly cover the utilities. So first off we have Navilog. When you run this, it'll just keep your character logged in. So that's basically it. Now it's running and your character will stay logged in. It's good for getting online time or just staying online for other purposes, I guess. Then we have the auto clicker. So you can set the minimum and the maximum time to click. So I'm going to say 1 second to 3 seconds and I'm going to press start. It says move your mouse to where you want to auto click. When you're ready, close this message box using enter. Once the box closes, we'll grab the mouse position and we'll start auto clicking. So this way it'll remember the mouse's position on the client, so even if the client's moved, the position will be saved. So I'm going to auto click this spot here, for example. So now if I move the mouse, you'll see it always clicks the same pixel. But that's the auto clicker. So now I'm going to go back to the auto typer. The message I want to say is I love botting RS, and I'm going to turn always on mode to on, the minimum and the maximum. So the minimum you'll typically want to have it set as is 6 and whatever the max is. So I'm going to press start. So you can see there it typed in the chat. Now I'm going to click out. You can add whatever effects you want, such as flash. but that's the auto typer. Now we're going to be checking out agility, and before I start, I'm just going to make sure that always on chat is turned off, or the keys we send to the chat box won't work. Okay, so now that we're in the wilderness, I'm going to press start script. Now it's best practice to have the left click attack options hidden, so I'm going to do that quickly. Just like that, and I'm going to press start. Okay, so now we're going to be checking out archaeology. So I'm currently in Al Kharid at the Venata Remains location, so I'm going to press start. And it says which script. I'm going to select Venata Remains at the drop dirt key. So if you have a low archaeology level, you'll be getting dirt in your inventory. So just add the dirt to your action bar, and you can select whether or not you want to destroy artifacts. I'm going to select no, and I'm going to press start. And I'm going to select destroy yes, since there's no banks around here to bank the artifacts. Now I'm going to press start. Okay, now lastly we'll be digging at the Icovia Memorial at Stormguard Citadel. Now we're going to take a look at the fire making bot. So I'm going to quickly set up my preset. Now we're going to take a look at the fletching AIO script. So this script is started at the Archaeology Guild Bank. So our preset in the bank is 1, and our action bar with the logs is 1. So I'm going to click the knife manually, and I'm going to select fletch, but I'm not going to press anything. I'm just going to click start. Okay, next up we've got Herblore. So we'll be testing out the herb cleaner. So again, I'm going to make a preset real quick. Just going to overwrite that. Return, and I'm going to test it out. Okay, I'm going to press start. So I'm going to select the location. I'm at the Archaeology Guild Bank. Clean key is going to be 1, and I'm going to press start. Okay, so next up we have the Herblore Potion Mixer. So I'm going to select Archaeology Guild. Okay, now I'm going to quickly go over thieving. So we have the Lumbridge vegetable store. Okay, now we have the Varrock Tea Thiever. So we have the drink key and the drop key. So what we want to do is grab a tea, drag it onto action bar slot number 1, then we want to drink it, and then we want to drag the empty cup onto slot number 2. If you want to bank the tea, you can. If you just want to drop them, you can do that as well. Okay, so now we're going to check out wood cutting, and we're going to test out the Varrock Oak script. Alright, and lastly we're going to be checking out the final script, which is Sears Maples.